that again. Yay. Okay. So, welcome. I do plan for this to be an hour or less. If we get done in less than an hour, yay. But if we go the whole hour, because y'all know I can talk, then that's fine too. But I will have some time at the end for questions. That does not mean that you can't ask questions throughout the Zoom. So if you have questions and you're forgetful and you're like, I don't know if I'll remember to ask this at the end, you can just put it in the chat and I will answer the questions at the end. So, okay, I if you haven't seen the calendar, I did share the August calendar. I put it in Voxer, but Facebook is the easiest way to find all of our things. And by the way, so we have somebody on here that's not on Facebook. And I just learned, in case this is ever helpful information, well, it's not that I just learned, I think it's brand new. There's a new app called, oh gosh, Toya, what is it called? I think it's called Forums. Forums? Facebook created a new app. And it's just for groups. So if you don't have a Facebook account, you can use this app to be in our group, which is really cool. So that might not apply to you, but let's say you do add a team member that's not on Facebook, because we've definitely had our fair share of people over the years who are not on Facebook. That's going to be good information. So go ahead and write that down. I'm pretty sure, let me just verify the name of it because I don't want you to write it down and that's not right. So yes, it is. It's a Facebook app. Okay. So, um, now I'm gonna look this up right quick. Okay. All right. I want to verify that you can use this app. Um, all right. So you do have to have an active Facebook account. But you can have a Facebook account and use the Forums app without having the Facebook app, if that makes sense. So if you're one, like you don't want to be scrolling on social media, you just want to check the groups, like the groups that you're in, then this is going to be a great option because you won't have your regular social media feed, which goes against what I'm training tonight. But it is good to know because some people just prefer to stay off of Facebook. And this will be helpful because we still want them in our Sparkling Stars group because there's so many resources in there that I don't really have anywhere else. So we have files in our Google Drive and we say stuff in Voxer, but the Facebook Sparkling Stars group is where everything else lives. So there is, I'm going to screen share. Give me 1 second. There is it's Forums with an S. Yes, Forum. Okay, maybe it is Forum with no S then. It is. It is a Facebook app, so that would be it. I haven't downloaded it yet. This is brand new. Like I just learned about it. I wasn't even going to talk about it tonight, but I think it's helpful to know because we do want everyone to have access to our group. So I'm going to screen share our group right quick. So this is our group. This is our private Facebook group. So if you're on your phone, you click featured, but if you're on your computer, the featured post, their pinned posts pretty much are at the top. And there is a August folder here that has our calendar, and then it also has the graphics for everything that we're doing pretty much. So here's our calendar for the month. And then there's, well, this is for right now. So there's these different graphics that you can save as reminders. So we have our skincare sessions in Lexington, which I'm super excited about. Our dinner, and I cannot believe we didn't take pictures last night. Oh my gosh. Dinner and a movie for August that you can come to when you have 50 IPAs or add a team member this month. And then our mystery star outing, which this is actually in September because it's after the star quarter ends. But anyway, the August calendar is in here. So if you're wondering where to find the most recent calendar, it's always in a featured post on our Facebook group. So if you don't already have it on your calendar, Saturday the 29th at 8 p.m. is our August Zoom party with samples. So I realize not everyone knows what that is, so I'm going to explain the Zoom party first, and then I'm going to talk about how to get a whole bunch of people there. So by the end of this training, I want you to know and share how many guests are you going to have on that Zoom. And what is this Zoom? It's usually a little over an hour long, and think of it like the closest thing to an in-home party as we can get virtually. So we're on Facebook or we're on Zoom like this, like we are right now, and all of your guests will have samples that came from me, and they're going to try the Miracle Set. They're going to try the charcoal mask, the eye cream, and a CC cream. So there's an RSVP link that they have to fill out in order to get these samples. Now, let me also share that there is a cost for you. It is $2 per guest for me to mail the samples out. Now, if you have all of those samples and can print the Pamper Pack insert, then you're welcome to mail the samples yourself. But I will tell you, it actually will cost you more than $2. So the $2 for me is taking a loss, but that just helps me to cover some of the cost of sending out these samples. So they get all those samples and then they get an insert that has a little bit of information about the Miracle Set, and it has a special that they could take advantage of, kind of like how we have a closing sheet at our in-home parties. So we have our closing sheet that has like the Cadillac bundle and things like that. So that is in their Pamper Pack. And it also has a spot for them to write down referrals. The paper is very important. So if you're going to mail the samples, make sure you put a paper in there. And I can tell you how to mail them so that they actually arrive. But if anybody plans on mailing it yourself, because I played with this for months before we got it right. I mailed it lots of different ways, and it either didn't show up, it got returned to me, or they got crushed. So if you want to mail them yourself, I have lots of tips. But that's not what I'm training on tonight, but it's the Miracle Set, the eye cream, the charcoal mask, and the CC cream. And if you add all that up with an envelope, a piece of paper, and a stamp, it definitely costs more than $2. So I'm not trying to make money off of you guys. I'm just trying to cover some of my cost to mail all these out. So the RSVP form, I'll go ahead and grab that and I'll put that link in the chat so that you have it. This link never changes. So it's the same link from last month. I just update it with the current date. So if you had guests on last month, this link's the same. And even if the actual link that I give you looks different, because it could generate a new link every time I do it, I don't know. But even if it looks different, it's the same exact form. I don't change the forms because that would be too much to keep up with. So this is the form. So this, I will disclaimer this. You are not posting this form on social media. Because if you post this form on social media and you have 30 people that are like, ooh, free stuff, well, now you're going to owe me $2 per person for 30 people that may or may not get on the Zoom. So you're not sending the link until you've booked them. So when you book people, it means you're inviting them and you get a, yes, I will be your guest on the Zoom. Where if you just blast this link out to everybody or share it on social media, you're going to get some random people that have no idea why they're even filling this out. They just think they get free stuff. And it does have a question on there. It's a very simple form, first and last name, It asks for their consultant's name, their number, their full mailing address with city, state, zip. And if they don't give me that, they're not getting the pamper pack because I can Google it all day long, but there's the same street, there's addresses that are the same in lots of different states. Um, and then their skin type, they upload a picture of themselves so I can send them the right CC cream. Do they have any allergies? And then do you plan to attend the Zoom party Saturday, 8/29 at 8 p.m. EST? So it says, please adjust based on your time zone. Everybody says yes, because the whole reason that you're sending them this link is because they can get on the Zoom. If they can't get on the Zoom, then you have a couple options. One, you can book your own Zoom. Like you can host a Zoom yourself and do the same thing that we do on ours. Or you can say, okay, well, how about if I just make a note and I'll invite you to our September one once it's scheduled, which I already have the date for the September one, but we're focusing on August right now. If you are booking people and they can't come to August and you want to go ahead and give them the date for September, it'll be Saturday the 26th. I think pretty much every month it'll be on the last, not every month, but almost every month it'll be on the last Saturday of the month. And make yourself a note. It is on the August calendar, but the Zoom guest cutoff, the last day for them to fill out the form to get the samples will be Wednesday the 19th. So you have 18 days to get all of your guests RSVP'd. And this is because we've just found that some of them don't arrive on time. Like if you have somebody in Alaska, for example, we need time to get it out. And we're going to send them out right away, but we need to make sure that everybody has their samples in time for the Zoom, because what we do is we sit down and I'm putting it on my face as they're putting it on their face. So we're actually doing the party together. They're trying the Miracle Set. They're trying the eye cream. I have them do the Daytime Defender on half their face. I have them do the night on their neck. I have them do the eye cream on one eye. So it's very similar to an in-person party, just on Zoom. And then we get referrals, we share the specials. So the fortune is in the follow-up. That is a tip that you're going to want to write down for anything. It goes for in-person stuff too, but more so virtually than in person, because we could all hop off the Zoom and then they're like, okay, cool. Hopefully she reaches out to me. I don't know that many people would reach out to you and say, thanks so much for inviting me. Can I buy such and such? Even though they want to. So you're going to follow up with everyone and do like a individual close, kind of like we do in person, but you would just reach out to each person. And you can, honestly, what we were doing during COVID is we were scheduling a call. And so we would reach out right after the Zoom and say, hey, I'm going to give you a quick call tomorrow just to get some feedback from you. What time works for you? Or can I call you at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock? Like you give options, you narrow it down, you book them for a super quick follow-up phone call. So that's what a Zoom party with samples is. So when you see that on the calendar, it is a Zoom party where we mail them samples and we go through and we do a full circle party, getting referrals and everything. So you might be like, great, who do I invite to these? One thing that we do is with our leads. So let's say you're lead generating, you have facial boxes, you have vendor event leads or whatever. No, it doesn't matter where that came from. One thing that I do is if they don't book, so we have a contact 1, we call and text. Contact 2, we call and text. Contact 3, we call and text. If they don't book by contact 3, I actually send a text that says, here, I'll read you exactly what my text says. It says, hey, whoever, it's Wendy. I know getting together for your skincare session has been tricky, so I've started doing fun virtual sessions where I mail you an at-home skincare spa kit and teach you how to take care of your skin during a quick Zoom. I also do prize giveaways on the Zoom. I have one Saturday, August 29th at 8 p.m. Does that fit your schedule to hop on? Now, some people respond and some people don't. It's just like my last text that I send them before I stop contacting them. Now, if I do call 3 and she answers the phone, I'm not going to try to book her virtually. I'm going to still try to book her in person. But the other thing is sometimes when you're calling leads and if they're just really difficult to book, you could just say, hey, there's a virtual option. Can I tell you a little bit about it? And then you would just say, we'll mail you a skincare. And I like calling it an at-home skincare spa kit. That sounds much more fun than I'm going to mail you some samples. Like if somebody's, I'm going to mail you some samples, okay, whatever. That's going to get thrown in the mail pile on the counter. But your at-home skincare spa kit, that is a lot more exciting. So that's what I call it. And that's one way that we get people is through our leads. And then sometimes you'll reach out to leads and they'll say, oh, I was just visiting for that vendor event, or I was just passing through South Carolina when I came across your box. They might not even live here. So this gives you a good opportunity to book people for the Zoom as well. So for leads, the Zoom is a backup. It is absolutely not my go-to when I'm booking leads, but that is one way that you can get people on the Zoom. Another way is people that you know. Like, who here knows anyone at all that lives in another state? Like, anyone. Everybody knows somebody in another state. So, I want you, after this Zoom, make it part of your to-do list to sit down and really think about who do you know in other states. These can be distant relatives. These can be maybe because you lived in another state before and you have a friend group in another state. Maybe you have cousins in another state. Maybe you have somebody that you were friends with that moved away to another state. So I want you to really think through who do you know in other states? Those are good people to invite. Now, who knows somebody in another state that probably knows someone in a totally different state? Everybody, literally everybody. There's some fun facts out there. So what do they say? There's only it's a very small number, so many degrees of separation between you and literally anybody in the world. It's kind of fascinating, actually. So if you look up, how many people are most people connected to? So it's a pretty big number, actually. So I'm just curious, put in the chat, how many friends, if you're on Facebook, how many friends do you have on Facebook? Now, I do have a lot more friends on Facebook than I did pre-Mary Kay. So now I have a lot. But if I was to count, I mean, I don't know how to count my non-Mary Kay people versus my Mary Kay people, but I have 2.4 thousand friends on Facebook. So of those people, if we were to eliminate anybody who's already in Mary Kay, because I do have a lot of Mary Kay friends, and then eliminate everyone who lives locally to me, right? Because if they live locally, I'm going to actually try to book them in person, right? But eliminate those people. And then me personally, I'm eliminating the males too. So just women who aren't local, who aren't in Mary Kay. Who do I have on Facebook? It's still hundreds of people. It's a lot of people. So we're going to talk about leveraging your social media tonight for sure. But you might even have to go through your friends list. Now, you might end up deleting some people because you might be like, oh, why am I friends with them? Delete. And that's okay. That's fine. But you might go through it and it might remind you oh, yeah. And then definitely pull out your phone. How many phone contacts do you have? I think that you would be surprised if you look at how many contacts you have. Does it show how many you have? I have 1,197 phone contacts. So if I was to scroll through this, if I was to take your phone right now and start calling everybody in your phone, how many people could I actually book for a skincare session, either virtually or in person? How many of them would be like, oh yeah, Tiffany already asked me? Yeah, so go through your phone contacts too. And that's a lot of people. Okay, Morgan, 144? That's a lot. That's a lot of people. A lot of my people are Mary Kay people, by the way. They're either customers, consultants, team, or friends. Okay, but 144, that's a lot of people. That's a lot. Girl, I'll be calling them doctors. They need some pampering. They need some positivity in their lives. So, okay. I'm surprised you have doctors in your phone. They should be giving you, if you'd be talking to doctors like that, they should have gave you a work phone. That's weird. They should be paying for you a work phone. Them people should not have access to you like that. But, okay, you have a lot of people in your life. And so when you're new, we talk about the Frank's list, right? And we talked about that on the lead generating training. So friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids, not actual kids, but people you know because of kids or through your kids or from when you were a kid. And then people that provide you a service. So who does your hair, nails? Now, a lot of those people would be local, but not everyone. So the first place to look for people to book for the Zoom is your circle, your warm circle, your life, your people. But they also know people. So who can think of someone right now that's really connected, that like you know them? I mean, they might not be your best friend or a very close relative, but somebody that's connected, that likes you, that at least likes you, okay? Now, if they hate you, they ain't gonna help you. But we know somebody, right? Who can think of a customer, even if she's only bought a mascara from you, who either used to live somewhere else or she's like super bubbly, she probably has lots of friends, and she's well connected. Okay, so those people can help you get to new people too. And you have to not be afraid to ask for referrals. But my biggest tip, my literal biggest tip tonight is you have to be specific. You have to be very specific when it comes to looking for these people. You cannot, like the best way I can think to describe it is we take a handful of spaghetti and throw it on the wall and hope that some of it sticks. Like we throw this big old net out and we hope that we catch something. But when I first joined Mary Kay, I don't say this anymore, but what I was taught is that our target market is anyone with skin. Well, if I was to post on Facebook right now, tag someone with skin below, that would get 0 comments. It's weird. And when I say, Michelle, do you know a lot of people? In your head, like your first response is no, not really. But if I said, Michelle, do you know a teacher that lives in another state? You'd be like, oh, actually, my cousin is a teacher and she lives in Rhode Island or whatever. I don't know. But when you're specific, you will find what you're looking for. So the most important thing that I'm going to share with you is that you have to be specific. If you were to send a text out to all your customers right now and be like, do you know anybody in other states? That ain't going to work. It's not going to work. Sorry. And I used to be afraid to be specific because I didn't want to exclude anyone. But that's a desperation mentality, and we are not desperate for people because trust me, there is an abundance of people around us. So everywhere, everywhere around us. So let's see, how many women over 18 live in the US? Let's see. 137 million women in the US over the age of 18. Okay, so we're not desperate. We're not like, I just want to get everybody. No, we're going to look for specific people. Now, the specific people, that's up to you. But I am going to give you some ideas, examples. So let's say you have a customer who, does anyone have profile cards with wish lists or the surveys that we do at our parties, right? Maybe you haven't seen a ton of faces yet, and that's okay. I'm going to talk about lots of ideas tonight. You have surveys with wish lists, right? You have people that want stuff that they haven't bought. Okay, what if you reach out to those people and you say, hey girl, I see you have the microdermabrasion on your wish list. I'm working on a challenge, and if you'd be willing to give me the names and numbers of 5 people that do not live in South Carolina, I will give you that microdermabrasion half off. Or whatever, like whatever's on her wish list. Now, if it's something huge, let's say she put the Cadillac bundle on there and she didn't buy anything, you could just do the CC cream or just the eye makeup remover. It's totally up to you. But take those wish lists, look at them, and start reaching out to the people that you've already facialed. How many of you have booked people, and when you try to get them to turn it into a party, they're like, oh, I don't know anybody here. I'm new here. All the time, right? All the time. So another tip is at your parties, and if you keep coming with me to parties, you'll see me do this over and over and over. So show up to our parties. So we have a party tomorrow. Y'all, if y'all want training tomorrow in Sumter, we have a party at 4 p.m. and a party at 6 p.m. Come watch it. Wherever you live, doesn't matter. I don't live in Sumter. Just come watch it. Because watching parties over and over is going to be the best training you can get. So when we do the referrals, I tell them they do not have to be local. I just want to know where they live. So when they're writing referrals down, they're looking at their, phone and they're like, oh, but my cousin lives in New York. I don't think they can do it. No, that's totally fine. And so I tell them to just jot down, I either tell them to circle it or jot down the state. I've started telling them if they don't live in South Carolina, just write the state next to them that they live in. Like, just write it down. And you're going to get referrals from all over the United States. Who here has referrals already that aren't local? If you've been working your business and you've been seeing faces, you have referrals that aren't local most likely already. So those people, reach out to them. So that's, first start with your circle. Think about what customers you have that you could say, hey, would you be willing to send me the names and numbers of 5, 10? Like, it's up to you what you do, however many people you want them to send you. But if they like you and they had fun at their skincare session and you've been staying in touch with them, they're going to be willing to give you referrals. And maybe they did already. So go to your referral sheets. Bribe them with free or half off products. It's okay. We do that a lot. So those are some ideas, but even if none of that will work for you, Facebook can bring you a lot of people. So I want to show you something. All right. So I have this post here. Hold on. And I did this on purpose. I was preparing for this Zoom and I made this post. Okay. This was July 28th. So I don't know, 4 days ago, 3 days ago, whatever. I want to drop complimentary at-home spa packs in the mail ASAP. Help. I'm looking for women to bless in these states. Oregon, Texas. Okay, first of all, I Googled, give me 5 random states. I don't care about the states. I just Googled 5 random states and took them. Oregon, Texas, Vermont, Florida, Nebraska. Nominate ladies below who deserve a skincare treat and some self-care. All right. I haven't even really responded to these messages yet. That's part of my training, so I'm going against that. But there's 11 comments. Like, there's comments of these people that have tagged people that now, look, Florida, some of these have more than one. See, there's Nebraska, Florida. Actually, so Candace, we're going to reach out to Kirsten and have her book. This person responded and was excited. So Kirsten's actually a consultant, so we need to get her to get Nicole on. So, but yeah, so these people, and then one said, I didn't even say Delaware. She's like, well, if you ever do Delaware, my mom deserves the best. All right. So I don't know any of these people that are tagged in my comments right now. I don't. But what do y'all notice about this post? Like, what do you think made it work? And this is just 11 comments. I've gotten a lot more on other posts. So this was like my test run so that I could share it with y'all. But what do y'all notice about this post? Tell me. Oh, y'all are talking. Yes. Yes. Actually, Candace, you should get Kirsten to hop on here right now if she can. Nice and simple. Okay, yeah. Oh my gosh, to all of this. Yeah. Can you scroll back up, please? Oh yeah, you want to see it? All right. So here's my tips for you. My first, I've already given you other tips, but when it comes to the actual post, what I do not want you to do Michelle, do not write this post down. You are not posting this. Don't write it down. Don't go to my profile and copy this post and paste it and send. And how did this thing scroll down just now? Okay, that was weird. So my biggest tip. Yes, it's an idea. It's definitely an idea, but I don't want you to just take this and change the states and post it. That's not what I want you to do. And I wasn't fussing at you, Michelle. You're the one that I can see on my screen. That's all. So, oh gosh, I'm about to knock my whole computer down. So there's this thing called an algorithm on Facebook. Can anybody tell me anything about the Facebook algorithm? So here's my this, I'm just going to give y'all a whole bunch of social media tips while we're at it. And let me just preface this by saying I'm not a social media fan. I don't like social media. I don't think that you should spend your life on social media. I think that we can use social media to make real life connections, though. And I've done it and I've seen it. Because during COVID, our unit was in about 32 states because of social media. That means we had consultants. I had consultants that moved up the career path that I had never met. Like they were doing parties, recruiting, like yeah, it was crazy. And so that's what we're going to do again. We're going to do it again, and I'm excited about it. So, when it comes to social media, so if you scroll on my wall, so like this is Olivia and I reading the Bible. This is a Mary Kay post. This is, I guess, a little bit of both. A little Olivia, a little Mary Kay. I do post a lot of food. So there's this rule. Oh, I share a lot of health stuff too. So your toes might get stepped on if you look through my social media, but um, there's some rules when it comes to social media. So this is my baby. Look how cute he is. Okay. So write this down. When it comes to social media, 1/3 of your posts should be you, like personal stuff, like what you do throughout your day. It's just life, like a peek into your life, okay? And it doesn't have to be super personal. I'm not saying you got to put it all out there because trust me, I don't. But it's my life. Like, oh, we're at the splash pad, or oh, we're at the park, or oh, we went to a baseball game, or like, I feel like I do the same things over and over, but a peek into your life. That's 1/3 of your post. 1/3 of your post needs to be things that add value to your followers. So you have to figure out how you're adding value to your followers. And this is not Mary Kay. You're not posting, here's how to put your blush on. Unless you're like a cosmetologist, then that would be different. But this is like, what excites you? Like, what could you talk to someone all day about? So, hey, so like drop that in the chat. I'd be interested to know if you even know what your thing should be. How can you add value to your friends/followers? So for me, it is 100% food and health. So I can add value to people by sharing things that they don't know about. One, like I am all into natural medicine, getting people off of medications, people being healthy because they're eating right, not because they're, like, unfortunately, there's so many quick fixes out there. So mine is definitely going to be mostly food and health related. So, but are you just posting about it? Or are you actually adding value to people? Like, if I was just to post pictures of my food all the time and never share how to make it, that would not be adding value to people, right? So, how are you adding value to people? Now, sharing things, like we can share positive quotes and memes and repost and all day long. It's not that. It's like you personally adding value to people. And then 1/3 of your post can be Mary Kay. But that anything other than that mix, your algorithm, like Facebook's not going to like you pretty much. So I also recommend throwing engagement posts in there every once in a while, not a lot, because Facebook they'll pick up on it. So here's another post that I had posted here. Let me share this. And this was honestly like my curiosity. This was July 18th. Any out of state, as in not in South Carolina, because they might not know where I live, friends who have not yet received one of my free at-home spa kits. That's all I said. And I got a whole bunch of comments on that too. I do post like as we're doing things, and there was another post I was gonna show you. Okay. Oh, here we go. So here's an engagement post. Engagement posts help you be visible to more people because once somebody comments on it, you're now going to show up in their feed more. So you're not posting engagement posts every day. You're going to, yay, Kirsten's here. You're going to just throw these in like every once in a while. I mean, like sparingly, use them sparingly. And if you don't really know what to post, I just Googled this. I Googled Facebook engagement posts and then go to images and just grab something. Because there's so many. Like, if you had to get rid of one candy out of your life, what would it be? Or if you had to only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? So mine was I have seen every episode of Answer with a GIF or GIF or however it said. There's 58 comments on this post. That's people, a lot of the people that commented on this post don't normally comment on my post, which means now that they've commented on it, I will actually show up in their feed more. And the more people engage with you, the more you will show up on everybody's feed. Because unfortunately, Facebook's not like it used to. It used to be that you opened it and you seen your friends and it was great, right? And it was a mix of all your friends. Now you open it and it's 90% ads and 10% whatever you've been looking at. So you want people looking at you on social media. If this is your goal, if your goal is like, I don't care about social media, I'm not building my business on social media, that's okay. But that is a good way to keep your followers engaged, but also to increase how many people see you. Is a third, a third, a third. So a third you, your life, like a peek into your life, a third adding value, and keep the adding value part kind of specific. So you can't just share every positive meme that you come across. That's not it. We're talking like, what do you like? And only Tiffany has responded. So does that mean y'all don't really know? Like, if you might have to put some thought into this. Like, what could you talk all day? Do you love crocheting? Are you really good at like I don't know, Legos? Like whatever it is. Whatever you like, use that as you're adding. Like if you're really good at cooking, then you're going to share recipes, not repost. I'm talking like your actual thing. Girl, no, we are not twerking all up on Facebook. So that better not be Scarlett that laughed at that. So, oh, it was Candace. Okay, good. Candace. Yes, the kids, they were off the chain last night. Anyway, so, and then a third Mary Kay. Now, the third Mary Kay, this is important too. So I asked y'all, what did y'all notice about this post? First of all, it was a picture of me. It was not a picture that I got off of Mary Kay's digital library. Is Mary Kay's digital library great? Yeah, those are great pictures. They're very professional. Are they relatable? No, they're not. Facebook knows. Facebook, like, AI is crazy. It can pick up on everything. So when you reshare something, there's less likelihood that other people are going to see it. If you create something original, Facebook loves original content. That's why I said you can't go to my wall and copy my post and slap your face on it and post it. Even if you change a couple words, Facebook knows. I don't want you to take my post. I want you to come up with your own post. So, all right, what did you do in your past life? Or what do you do outside of this, right? So Scarlett, for example, Scarlett could say, y'all, I've been a nurse for however many years, and I know it's hard. And I really want to bless other nurses. If you know a nurse that doesn't live in South Carolina, tag them below. And girl, she's gonna get a lot. She's going to get a lot of comments on that, especially, and pick your picture wisely. I'm gonna put another post up that picture, that charcoal mask picture, that was just the old charcoal mask picture I had, but it's me. So I'll pick another picture of me, or I'll take a new picture of me. Let's say maybe I want to hold up one of the pamper packs and be like, I'm so excited to send these out. School's about to start. So I know it's back to school. Teachers are going crazy right now. I would love to bless 10. And if you limit it, guess what? You're going to get even more comments. So Scarlett said, I want to bless 10 nurses. So when when her friends are scrolling and they're like, "Oh, I need to comment now." They're not going to be like, "Oh, I need to remember to come back to Scarlett's post." They're going to be like, "No, let me tag my mama right now. Let me tag my sister right now because she's only going to send 10 of them out." Now, here's the thing, you might get 30 comments, but not everybody's going to book. It's not like they're all going to book with you. So keep letting them comment, but be specific, okay? It is back to school. I mean, that would be a great post. Like, hey, I have a little one that's about to go back to school. I know teachers are going crazy right now. I'd love to bless them with a pamper pack. If you know a teacher, and I'm going to say, if you know a teacher that's not in South Carolina, tag them below. So again, it's specific. So I'm going to encourage you to post like maybe every couple of days. And the other thing is, you're going to have different people comment on the different posts. Someone might comment on this one and not the next one because they might not even see it because of Facebook algorithms. But they might not even know anybody to comment on one, but then the next time you post, they might know somebody, or you might have people that nominate multiple people. Now, the ones that nominate multiple people, they should probably be on your team. And I would maybe, let's say someone nominates several people, then I would reach out to the person that's nominating all these people and be like, "Oh my gosh, you are so sweet. Thank you for sharing like all of these contacts with me. I appreciate it. I would love to give you a gift and like strengthen that relationship and then invite them on the Zoom that we're doing the last Thursday of the month where we share the business opportunity and get them on your team." So that would be good. So Candace, now I'm curious what this knowledge is. Um, but let's say you're really good at, and if it's something you can't share, then you got to find something else. Everybody is good at something. Now, just because you've gone through crap in your life and it's made you good at like navigating different situations doesn't mean that that's your thing. That might not be what God called you to. That's just something you went through. That's different. Some of us get good at things because we have to. I'm talking about what do you get excited about? Like what, maybe you're great at gardening. Oh, so many people are terrible at gardening and they need your tips. They need the, hey, did you know blueberry bushes love coffee grounds tips because they don't know. So if that's your thing, then that's what you post about. And different times of the year, you're like, hey, now just a reminder, it's time to plant your squash or whatever, like whatever it is. So think about what you love and what you're good at and share that with other people. They're going to appreciate it and people will actually follow you that you don't know. And that's okay. That's why my life is private posts. Like when I post about my kids, those are limited to friends, which is another reason I'm never going to switch my profile to a professional profile. I'll always have like I have friends, not just followers, if that makes sense. Because you can switch to professional mode. I won't do that because I still want to be able to share with just friends for certain things. So Facebook is so different than it used to be. Now, I heard that MySpace is getting popular again. Maybe you could try this on MySpace. I don't know. I logged into my MySpace the other day and I got confused instantly and I was like, I guess I'm too old for this. And then I went back to Facebook. You could do this on Instagram. Instagram's different, but you could definitely do this on Instagram. So, yeah, you can log in. Your credentials will still work. I do know that much. So this is how you're going to use Facebook, which I would be willing to bet. If I could look forward into the future to August 29th at 8 p.m., most of the people that we will have on that Zoom will be from social media. And a lot of them will be people that we don't know. Who would be super excited to have 10 guests on that you don't know right now. Like that God is going to put these people in your life because of the things that you're about to do and the posts that you're about to put up and the friends that your friends are going to tag. And isn't that exciting? I can name so many people right now. So during COVID, I added this team member, Kayla. Pretty sure she lived in Kentucky. Tennessee. I don't even know where she lived. But y'all, she was almost a red jacket. She was working her business just virtually and then she had like 30 babies. I think she'll come back eventually. But she took a break to have a whole bunch of babies. But she sold a lot of product, and the only reason that I met her, well, I never met her actually. The only reason that she was on my team is because of a Facebook post. So these are people that God has already chosen for you. We just got to find them. And this is just another way to find people. So I do want to give you an opportunity to ask questions, but also it's August 1st. It's time for a new goal. So I know I asked earlier, but now, knowing what you know, what is your goal? I'm about to write this down right now. How many guests are you going to have on, and I want a number. I don't want like 30 to 50. That's not a number. How many guests are you going to have a goal to have on the Zoom on the 29th? And what questions do y'all have? And then I'm going to end with a challenge slash our promotion for the month that I got to get a graphic for. Okay. So we have Scarlett, 10 guests. Okay. Yeah, we'll take a picture. Don't worry. We have 10 minutes. All right, Candace, 15 guests. Michelle, 10 guests. Tiffany, 15 guests. All right, I need to hear from everybody. Everybody else. Oh, Toya, 12 guests. Yay. I like the random number. That's fun. Kirsten, 5 guests. And Kirsten, you already have someone that is interested, so we got to get her in. Okay, so yeah, that leads me to actually my next thing. Who has not? Kelly and wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, I can't count. Okay, Kelly and Raymond, what are your guests or your goals? Your goal of how many guests to get on on the 29th. And then you might be like, okay, great. So all these people are going to get tagged. What next? So what you're going to do when people are tagged, and you are going to respond to them quicker than I have responded to mine. This was like market research, okay? I had to do a little research before I got on here and told y'all that it was going to work, but I already know it's going to work because I've done it before. But when you have people that are tagged, you're going to you can do this in either order, but you have to do it at the same time. So like you can either comment, you're going to reply to every comment, thanking the person who nominated people, right? So thank you so much, Michaela, for commenting. Now, you're probably not going to be able to tag the person that they commented, right? Because you're not friends with them. But what I would do is I would respond to each comment. You're going to reply to each one thanking them, because that's the other thing is you're interacting with people. You're not just trying to get a whole bunch of nominations. You got to interact with people, interacting with their comment. And when you reply, you hit reply, because when you hit reply, it automatically tags them. So you reply and it's like, thank you, Tiffany, for nominating Candace for a pamper pack. I'm going to reach out to her now. And then you're going to message the person who was nominated. And honestly, if you want to up your chances, I would add them as a friend too. Now, we all have so many friends, and so eventually there's a limit, by the way, of 5,000 friends. So if you have 5,000 friends, I don't think any of us have 5,000 friends yet, then it'll become an issue. But I think we're probably all good for now. So I would friend, because in reality, what is this going to be? You could probably get 100 people nominated, but they're not all going to accept your friend request. They're not all going to respond to your message, but you are going to up your chances by friending them too, because when you message someone on Facebook that you're not friends with, sometimes it goes to their others folder. Or it'll say like so and so wants to send you a message. Now you already have a mutual friend, so that helps. Otherwise, your person wouldn't have been able to tag them on your post. So you're going to reach out to them and you're just going to say something like, "Hey, Raven, your friend Scarlett just nominated you for one of my free at-home spa kits. Is that something that you might be interested in?" You're going to keep this message very short. You're not going to be like, "I'm going to mail you all this skincare and charcoal mask and CC cream, and we're going to get on Zoom on August 29th at 8 p.m. No, you just want her to respond. Are you even interested? Because she might be like, "No, thank you." And I would just say, "Thank you so much for responding. I hope you have a great night, great weekend, great, beautiful week," whatever. Say something nice in return. And if they're like, "Oh, yeah, what is that?" Then I would say something like, "Awesome. So pretty much we just do these virtual skincare sessions and teach you how to take care of your skin. And it comes with a free at-home spa kit. And don't make it complicated, y'all. You got to keep this short." So something like, here, I'll just type out what I'm saying. "Great. We teach ladies," or, it's probably going to be mostly ladies, "take care of their skin on a fun virtual session, and also do prize give." Oh, wait, here. "And it comes with a free at-home skincare pack in the mail. Our next session is Saturday." Now, these people are probably all over the United States. So saying Saturday, August 29th at 8 p.m. EST is very important because they have to know, like, they got to adjust it if they live somewhere else. Would you be free to hop on? Here, I add an emoji in this. Okay, here we go. Ta-da! This is just an example. I might not do exactly this, just tweak it. Make it as short and fun as possible. We are not trying to give them all, you're not like, bleh, throw it all over them, give them a million zillion different details. Yay, we teach ladies how to take care of their skin on a fun virtual session, and it comes with a free at-home skincare pack in the mail. Our next session is Saturday, August 29th at 8 p.m. Would you be free to hop on? And then if she says yes, then you're like, perfect. Fill out this form so that we know what to send and where. And that's it. Now you're coaching them. And as people send it out, then I'll have their phone number. I'm also going to help text everyone, but you have to track this because you don't get a notification when they fill it out. I do. I'm not adding anyone to the form. I'm not giving anyone access to the form, but you can say to me, "Hey, how many people have I had?" Like Susie and Kirsten and Morgan and Raven and Toya said that they were going to be my guest. Did they all fill out the form? Or you can say how many and who has filled it out for me, and I can tell you. So, all right. We got 3 minutes left. What questions do y'all have? Questions? Okay. No questions? None? Okay. Well, that's good. All right. So we are going to, no, y'all had, I'm scrolling back through these comments to make sure I didn't miss anything. Let's see. Yes, so it's $2 per guest, and I will send them all the things. We just got to get them to fill it out, and then you have to coach them. Okay, this is so important. You cannot send them that link and then be like, all right, see you on the Zoom in a month almost. It's almost a month away because we're going to start booking these people now. And it's still pretty far out. So in between now and then, you're going to be coaching them. And it's different than in person, right? And I ask them if they have any allergies. I ask them for their skin type. You don't have to do any of that. You're just like, here's what you're going to do. You're going to, first of all, tell them that if they have 3 guests on, they get entered to win a free cruise. Like, hey, by the way, do you know anybody else who might not do a lot of self-care, maybe would enjoy a at-home skincare spa pack too? P.S. If you have 3 friends that are on, you're going to get entered to win a free cruise that we're giving away. So you're coaching them and you're asking them to invite their own friends because she can count as a hostess if she has 3 people on. And what you could do is really, you could tell her she can send the form out. That's fine, but you have to know who it's sent to. Because again, she can't just post it on her Facebook, like, who wants free skincare? Fill this out. So you have to coach her. Like, you have to keep her close to you. And you're going to talk to her very, very often between when you book her and when we hop on that Zoom. So I'm going to help because I'll have everyone's phone number. And you can ask me for their phone number too. If you need it, like, let me know. Because a lot of these people, you're not going to have their phone number. But that's even another layer of coaching. You could say, hey, Scarlett, this is Wendy. I just wanted you to have my phone number in case any issues come up when we hop on the Zoom. It's faster to reach me through text. Something like that. Like, just anything that gives you an excuse to reach out to them is like another touch, right? So you're going to be coaching, 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 coaching. I'm going to tell you the reason that a lot of our people aren't getting on the Zooms is because you guys aren't coaching your guests. Now, that's not everybody. Don't take that as a personal attack. I know that's not everyone. But last month we had 11 guests RSVP for the Zoom and 2 got on. So if you are staying on them, coaching them, hyping them up, getting them excited, like, hey, and I will tell you when they fill out the form, I drop their stuff in the mail either. So stuff gets dropped in the mail Tuesdays and Thursdays. So there's not going to be very many days in between when they fill it out and the stuff goes in the mail. So you could even be like, hey, Wendy already mailed your or don't say Wendy because they don't know who I am, but my director mailed your skincare pack. I'm so excited. Let me know when it arrives. Or you could say, has it already arrived? You might know that it hasn't. Just say, has it already arrived? That's another reason to reach out. So there's so many different ways that you can reach out. Obviously, you're not going to ask the same questions as we do in person, like, do you prefer chocolate or hard candy? Do you like hand cream or lip gloss? We're not going to necessarily ask that, but you can offer them hostess perks just like if you were doing an in-home party. So besides the cruise, you might have your own virtual hostess perks that you want to offer. Like if you have 5 friends on and there's anything you love, you can shop for half off with me. Or you can make up whatever you want. There's lots of hostess ideas out there, but it has to be something that excites you. And I don't always do exactly the same thing on Zoom that I do in person as far as hostess perks are concerned, but you figure out what you want to offer and offer it to them. So that's once they're booked, okay? Like once they fill out the form, then I would start coaching them to get other people to fill out the form too. And my first question is going to be, do you happen to know anybody who might also enjoy an at-home skincare pack that doesn't always like take time for themselves? Because we as women, we're always taking care of other people. We don't always take a break for ourselves. So, Michelle, when you hit reply, it's going to tag the person that commented. You're probably not going to be able to tag their friends because you're not friends with them. Somebody might know the answer. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to tag the other people. But you'll be able to tag the person that commented because they're your friend. That's how they commented. Now, I have had strangers comment on my post. It doesn't happen often, but you still hitting the reply button is automatically going to tag them. So when you hit the reply button, it automatically populates their name and tags them. Does that make sense? You don't have to do the @ symbol if you just hit reply. So I've seen I've seen people that like there'll be a comment and then right under it there's another comment, but they didn't reply. They just commented and they were talking to the person above, but you have to hit reply. So it's not just like because they're not going to really get notified if you don't reply to their comment because Facebook is weird. So, okay, any other questions? At this point, you can unmute yourself because it'll be faster. It's 9:03. And Candace is also going to take a picture. So if you're able to turn your camera on and say cheese just for the picture, that would be awesome. If Candace is good to, okay, awesome. So is everybody, like, do you see everybody like gallery view? You just see me? You have to change your view to gallery. Everybody has their own, like you have to, here, I can unspotlight myself.
I think it's because I'm on my phone. I can't see every single person at the same time.
Hold on. Here, I'll take the picture and I'll send it to you.
I
Say
can
Okay.
do it.
cheese. Yay! Think? All right. Y'all are cheesing, so I'll send you that. And then, yeah, so when Candace posts on Facebook, I want y'all to comment. Okay, listen, let me open this boxer right quick. All right, I said, y'all know I can see when you see my boxers, right? Okay, so we do have some more comments. I was about to say, because I said, who's excited? And Tiffany's like, me. But like, four of y'all had seen it and just looked at it. Y'all got to help me out because y'all are also helping me with our algorithms when you respond to things. So when you say me, other people are like, ooh, maybe I should hop on. Like, what's that training about, you know? Um, so Morgan, you're in our Voxer already. Did y'all leave? Did y'all delete Voxer? Is that what it is? Because you are.
I just have my phone muted all the time, so I don't hear it, but I do have the thing where it has like the little flag above it. It shows me how many messages I have.
Yeah, I don't get notifications either. Just check in, like, trust me, I do not have that chirp chirp. It's like a Motorola chirp phone if you leave your notifications on. I do not have that on. But I do check it like every once in a while.
I just forget about it. Life has been insane. So,
Is Voxer on your home screen? Because that helps too. So
yeah.
it's on my home screen. I only have I have a lot of things on my home screen, but in like the bottom, the important stuff. Um, so Morgan,
Maybe I just need to move the placement to make it more like, hey, I'm here versus in the corner.
here, I must